Yeah, how are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Before we get started, I just wanted to inform you that anything you say will be kept in confidence and is not going to leave this room. If I feel like you're a danger to yourself or to anybody else, then I will have to contact my supervisor. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So what brings you here today, Sophia?
Well, I have a drinking problem, and I know it's the reason why I lost my kids and my husband as well, and my house. I don't want to be homeless anymore. Like, I want to be a wife again.
Yeah, okay. It sounds like you miss your family a lot.
I do. I just couldn't bear the pain anymore from losing my mom's cancer. So I let everything slip away from me.
Can you tell me a little bit about your mother?
Yeah, she was amazing. She was a very nice person and so helpful when I needed something. She was my best friend. After she died, I just missed her so much. So nothing seems normal anymore.
Yeah, you said nothing feels normal to you. So what does normal look like to you?
I think normal is no sadness. Having my family with me, having everyone being happy, and for us to have everything that we need.
Yeah. So how do you think you could get back to what you believe is normal again?
Well, I can't bring my mom back, but I could try to be a good mom to my kids. Maybe not drink anymore. Having my husband maybe love me again, so we can be together. But I think too much time has passed, and he's angry with me for giving up.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like things were difficult for you at that time. Do you feel like you gave up?
Well, not at first, but I was just hurting too much, and I guess that's the reason why they left. So maybe I did give up on being a mom and a wife. I didn't mean to. I just, I can't keep going on every day.
Yeah, well, losing a parent can be extremely difficult. That doesn't mean you don't care about your family. It just means that it was really hard on you. So, how long have you been homeless?
About 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's been hard for you living on the streets, but you seem pretty resilient. How long do you feel like you've had a drinking problem?
Well, I noticed the difference 6 months after my mom passed away. And then it was after those 6 months that my whole family left me.
Yeah, okay. That must have been hard for you when they left.
It was very hard, but I knew why, so I felt guilty.
Well, guilt can be a very hard feeling to live with.
Yeah, it's definitely what brought me here today.
Well, I'm glad you came in today. You made a good decision for yourself and for your kids. It's never too late to change things around.
Yeah, I just have no clue where to start. I was hoping you could help me figure it out. What can I do to get everything back?
Well, Sophia, it's not going to be easy, and it's going to take a lot of hard work on your part. But if you're willing to do it, then you can live a happier and rich life, and with your kids as well. So, tell me about your children.
Yeah, so I have 2 children. Samuel, he's 9 years old, and Isabella is 6. Samuel was just getting into T-ball when everything happened. Bella loves animals, and she would always beg me to take her to the zoo. I still hear around from family that Samuel still plays ball, and Bella's doing good in first grade. She has a lot of friends.
Oh, very nice, very nice. So, who's the family member that you're in contact with?
So my sister-in-law, she lets me call every once in a while, so I can talk to the kids.
Oh, that's really good. Do you think your sister-in-law would be accepting of you coming back into their life?
Yeah, she tells me my kids ask when I'm coming home, and she knows it would be best for everyone if I could just come back. I just think my husband is still very angry at me, so I think it's up to him if I can come back or not, and if I can have my kids back.
Well, actually, Sophia, that's going to be up to you and a judge. If you want this life back, you are going to have to be willing to do the work, and then, you could have a good chance. And if the judge sees that you're taking all the right steps and can maintain sobriety, then that will help your case as well. Not only will you need to maintain sobriety, but employment and housing as well. You'll have to show the judge that you've been doing well and can continue to do well. Do you think that's something that you're able to do?
Yeah, I definitely want to. I can't tell you that I will be able to because I've tried before and I failed sometimes. So.
Yeah. Well, coming in today was the first step, and you accomplished that. So I'm really proud of you for doing that, and I think that your determination and optimism can get you to the place that you want to be. So that's good.
Thank you so much for believing in me.
Well, you believed in yourself first by deciding to come in, and so sometimes for the love of your children can overcome anything. So that's good. What are some barriers you think you might have for staying sober?
Well, it's not easy for me. Well, it's easy for me to get alcohol, so that's definitely one barrier because my friend Thomas always has alcohol or he has money, so I can go buy it. So he's always my backup plan. If I don't make enough money that day, so I'm deciding, around town.
Yeah. Okay, how do you think you can overcome that barrier?
I will definitely have to avoid him. I mean, I don't want to because he's my only friend that I have right now that I can talk to. So.
Yeah. Do you think he would support your decision for getting sober?
Yeah, I think he definitely will, but he'll probably make me feel guilty for making him want me too. We always keep each other company when it's hard.
Do you think it's a good idea to remain friends with Thomas after you've gotten sober?
Probably. Well, I know he would support me, but he will have alcohol with him, and I don't want to be tempted. So maybe I can write him letters.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I'm happy to hear that you know what your temptations are and how to avoid them. It's important to keep support systems in your life, but not if it's harmful to you. So I'm glad that you've recognized that. And you can always meet new people in the program and meetings and stuff and that have been in similar situations, so you can relate to them. So that would be very helpful for you. And then they can provide further support. So you may lose Thomas, but you may gain other people. So that's good.
Okay.
Sophia, what would you say your goals are? What are you hoping to accomplish by being here?
Well, I want my kids back into my custody, but I know I have to get something together before I get to that point.
So what I'm hearing is you want custody of your children again. Is that your main priority?
Well, yes, but I want to have a home and a job and be sober as well. I know that having that will help me get my kids back.
Yeah. So it sounds like your goals are sobriety, employment, housing, and custody of your children. Did I say that's correct?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Okay, well, Sophia, I'd like to create an intervention plan for sobriety, employment, and housing. Although we will work on these three things, sobriety is going to be determine whether you can sustain employment and getting housing. So I'd like to get you on a housing list right away because it takes a little while and the wait list can be a little bit, but that'll be determined by how well you're doing. So they'll be contacting me and asking how well you're doing in the program, and I'll be able to tell them that you're doing good, and then that's going to help your case and your eligibility. So let's keep that in mind during your intervention, okay? If you successfully complete the intervention, then the chances are of receiving custody could be in your favor, When we go through the termination process, I can refer some legal services for you so that you can start that process to getting your children back, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Just so you know, if you ever feel like things are getting really tough, you can always contact me to talk or to grieve, and I can also set you up with grieving support services or even counseling if you'd like that.
Thank you. Yeah, I realize my drinking hasn't allowed me to grieve properly. I know being sober will force me to grieve and be sad, which could be a potential barrier. But I'd rather it be behind me in the future if it took place.
Yeah, that's a really good point, and that's great that you recognize that. And grieving is an important process. And so, are you interested in grieving services or counseling?
Maybe grieving services, but I'm not comfortable with counseling just yet. I was hoping you could give me advice and stuff.
And that's understandable, and I most certainly can do the best I can. But I'm also, a counselor would provide more help for residing issues that I'm not exactly trained to help with. But let's see how the process of the intervention goes, and we can revisit it later,
Okay, that sounds better.
Okay, cool. Did you ever attend church while living with your family since you, when you were with your family, or since you've been on the streets?
Yeah, we would go to church once a week. I'm just too ashamed to go back there. I really enjoyed going to church. So that's something I would like to do again.
Yeah. Okay, I think that might be helpful to, starting back up again, and it might bring you some peace, Did you ever receive help through the government or nonprofit organizations like St. Vincent de Paul or anything like that?
We never asked for help. We would ask family members before going to outside resources. And even then, we feel ashamed about asking for help.
Why would you feel ashamed?
We were expected to take care of our problems on our own and not ask for help outside. So, it's looked down on to get assistance.
Yeah.
But my sister-in-law always insisted on helping us when we needed. So she's always been so good with it.
That's good. I understand that that's a cultural thing, and that I'm glad you set that aside so that you can get the help that you need. It's always encouraged to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, so first let's talk about your sobriety and your current situation living on the streets. At this point, do you feel like you need to be in a program, or do you think you can get sober on the streets?
I've tried to get sober on the streets, and it was just too hard. I feel like a program would be more helpful for me.
Okay, that's great. You're aware of your capabilities, You said earlier that you still would like to go to church, and that would be helpful to you. There's a Christian outreach recovery home that you're actually qualified for, thanks to your previous social worker who enrolled you into the program before she went on maternity leave.
Yeah, she was so helpful in such a short time. I knew her, but I understand she had to.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking over though.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. We'll create a similar plan to what she had in mind. The program she chose for you can help you accomplish your goals. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Maybe I will meet people.
Yes, this will be a good opportunity to find a new support system that'll help you achieve your goals in sobriety. Okay. So this is a 9-month program. You'll have to complete the program if you are considering getting your children back or just kind of having the life that you desire. This program will provide living quarters for you, 3 meals a day. You'll have to attend 2 meetings a day. You'll also be expected to do chores and keep your quarters clean. There'll be daily classes that provide education on coping skills, parenting skills, and basic life skills. You'll be able to attend church 3 times a week, and you can speak to the minister anytime you'd like. You can go and talk to him, or just sit in the church and pray if you'd like. So that's available to you. And then in the meantime, we'll get you on a housing list, and dependent on your progress and completion of the program, you can get into your place after the program's complete. Okay. How does everything I just mentioned make you feel?
I feel overwhelmed, but then again excited because this is how we get back to my happy life with my people focus.
Yeah, of course it's going to be overwhelming, but I have faith in you that you're going to do really well. Because your children are your main motivator, and sometimes that's all you need, So I would like for you to reach out to your sister-in-law also and attempt to reconnect with your children. If that goes well, a judge will see that you've been trying to better your life, that you've reached out to your kids, and that the father is accepting of visits, and that you're rebuilding a relationship with them.
Well, do you think that will work? That will work?
You won't know until you try, and it's worth trying. Is it worth trying?
Yes, it's worth.
Okay, all right. Do you agree that the program provided for you to, do you agree to the program that's been provided for you to achieve your goals?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. And for reconnection with your children, after 1 month of sobriety, I want you to talk to your sister. I want that 1 month to go by so that you feel confident and comfortable, and that, you need to be sober when you go to attempt to do that. I want you to contact your sister-in-law about contacting your husband to see if he's okay with meeting a meeting time. So you'll have to comply with his arrangements if he agrees. It's totally up to him at this point. So is that something you're willing to do as a part of your intervention with me?
Yes. I hope so. I guess we'll see on Monday.
Yeah. Okay, Sophia. Well, I will meet you every other week, so that's twice a month, to see how your progress is with the recovery home. Remember, you can contact me if you need to. You can call me anytime. And after the 9 months is up and you've successfully, hopefully, completed the program, we will terminate your case. Getting custody of your children will be up to you from there, but I can provide some legal services for you afterwards. So do you agree to this plan?
Yes, I do. Thank you so much for your help.
You're welcome. Hi, Sophia. I was elated to hear that you'd successfully completed the program. How do you feel?
I feel great. Like, I'm not the same person anymore.
Well, when you say that you're not that person anymore, who was that person?
Somebody that was sad and lost. I wasn't strong enough to put my family above anything else. But at that time, without the help of my mom, I didn't think I could accomplish anything. But that's not true. I could do anything as long as I want it bad enough.
Well, that's a good way to look at it. I'm happy for you. I'd like to talk about some skills that you learned in the program, if you think they've been useful to you, or do you think they'll be useful to you in the future?
I learned to deal with my stress by going to church and praying. I picked up crocheting, which helps me focus and relax. I also learned that socializing is helpful for support systems and keeping busy. Staying in a routine helped me to remember how my kids always had a routine, and that worked for them and it worked for me. So when I get back, I can keep a schedule for all of us. I feel like the program helped me establish some stability in my life.
Yeah, that is great. Absolutely. So it sounds like you've been benefiting from the program and gained some life skills, and to continue sobriety and stay focused after the program.
Yeah. They also provided me with grieving support through the minister there, which was tough, but I feel like I could put my sadness behind me now.
That's really good to hear. I'm really happy for you, Sophia. Do you think that is what your mother would want you to do?
Yeah, she would want me to be happy and healthy and not be sad for her anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, I also made some friends and said they would continue to support me after the program. So I know you told me I would maybe meet people, but I didn't think it would be so great.
Yeah, that's good. That's really going to be helpful for your future, for sure. So today we will terminate your case. How are you feeling about that?
Well, when you first told me about it 9 months ago, I thought to myself, how could I ever do this without the help of my social worker? But after being in the program, I learned how to maintain other healthy relationships, so that'll make it easier to part ways with you. I'm extremely grateful for your help.
I think you had it in you all along. You just needed to push in the right direction, which we all need sometimes. Do you feel like you'll continue to head in the right direction?
Yeah, I can go back to the life I was living. That wasn't a life.
So what does a life look like to you now then?
Definitely family, happiness, security, stability, and good food. On the streets, you don't eat very well.
Well, good food can be important. So, Sophia, do you have any last questions for me before we end the session?
Can I still call you if I need anything?
Unfortunately, service ends here today, and I will send you with a list of resources in case you do need someone to talk to. The minister of the program always welcomes people to the church, even if they've completed the program, so you do have that option as well.
Okay. Oh, that's great because he was really helpful, and he's Hispanic, so I felt like I could really relate to him and use his courage in my life.
That's great. That's wonderful, Sophia. Well, it was a pleasure helping you on your journey. Good luck with getting your children back, and remember, you've always had the strength all along.
Oh, thank you. Cut.